Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. Donald Trump just announced that he will place an extra 50% tariff on China if they do not pull back their reciprocal tariffs that they just put on the USA. People, whatever you do, trust me, do not check the stock market. Put your phones down and step away. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to announce that Anthony Edwards' girlfriend has finally broken her silence and speaking about the side babies he has had outside of their relationship. Let me save y'all some time. She said a whole lot of nothing. LeBron James stays breaking records. Last year, he became the first NBA player to break 40,000 points. And yesterday, Mattel announced that he is the first athlete to become a Ken doll. Yep, that's the news. LeBron James is a Ken doll. This just sounds weird, doesn't it? It's not even Black History Month. LeBron James a Ken doll. Does have like an eerie feeling to it. I saw a lot of y'all getting spicy in episode 478's comment section. We'll address those comments today in our comment section. We're going to talk protest and Terrence Howard. Let's get it. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending what time zone you're in, it's Tuesday morning or Monday night. But guess what? That's all irrelevant because it's not a Friday. But I have a good show to help you get you through your day or your night. All right, I have three lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about Cassie being confirmed to testify in Diddy's upcoming trial. Donald Trump calls a reporter's question stupid when she asked him about the stock market. And Donald Trump threatens an additional 50% tariff on China, causing more uncertainty. In quick news, we're going to talk Drake, Justin Bieber, Bow Wow, Omarion, Alabama Barker, bhabie, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Frat-Boys going viral, Warren Buffett, and Usher. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this Tuesday show. Let's go. Our first lead story. Cassie plans to testify against Diddy, not anonymously. Cassie plans to testify during Diddy's upcoming trial, and it won't be anonymously, TMZ has confirmed. Victim 1 is preparing to testify under her own name during the upcoming trial, where Diddy will defend himself against charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in women selling some things. Cassie is the person known as Victim 1. There are 3 other alleged victims who have requested their identities remain secret during the trial. Prosecutors say using pseudonyms instead of real names will prevent harassment and other adverse consequences for the alleged victims. Just last month, prosecutors in the case finally handed over the names of the 3 anonymous women to Diddy's legal team, so he's aware of who's leveling accusations against him. Cassie's identity has already become public because the indictment references a hotel video, obviously the one CNN published last year, then apparently destroyed the tape. All right, why are we talking about this? Because I have a little bit of tea for y'all. So this article is trying to make you guys think or feel like the 2 or 3 victims want to stay anonymous for their own personal reasons. What I have heard is that it's actually the feds that don't want their name to come out because they don't want to mess around with the jury pool. And I'll tell you why. If we find out their names now, the internet is going to start interneting. They're going to, let's say her name is Mary Jane and Mary Frances, for example. people are going to start digging up Mary Jane. What? Yo, Mary Jane is this. Mary Jane was that. Mary Jane, this. And we are going to judge her and know if we are going to believe her before the case even starts. The same thing with the other victim. Cassie, we already know. She's a celebrity. You can't hide it. And they already put in the videotape so you know it's Cassie. But they are afraid that they're going to start tampering with the jury pool because, you know, the internet is going to dig stuff up of them. It's just like how when you heard the voice of Jane Doe in the Jay-Z case, remember on NBC News, I think it was NBC or ABC, when they did the interview, she hid her face, but you heard her voice and you're just like, wow, she sounds like she's from the trailer park. She sounds like she's from this. And you decided, I don't really believe her. I don't really trust her. They're afraid the same thing is going to happen. How somebody looks, pictures, how they talk, how they sound, how articulate they are. All of those things, us as humans, you start to judge. You ever see when you look at somebody, you're like, oh no, just to look at them, for some reason, I just don't trust her. That is what they're afraid of. So it's not them wanting to stay anonymous. It's the feds. And with that alone, it makes me feel like the feds are not super confident in their case. Now, I've been telling you guys from the TMZ documentary that the defense, from a lot of high-profile defense attorneys, that Diddy has a pretty strong case. Yes, us, the public, are like, yo, he's guilty, put him away. We never want to see Diddy again. But that's more because of what we heard in the civil cases and the videotape that we saw from Cassie. But I always remind you guys, he's not on trial for that, right? He's on trial for racketeering, et cetera, et cetera. And these three victims were all his girlfriends. It's going to be very, very hard to convince a jury that they were not complicit in this. And when we find out more about these girls, us, the public, our perception of these girls will change the more things we find out about them. Now, if the prosecutions can pull off keeping their name hidden until the jury is selected, then sequestered, then it's fine because the jury won't hear all of this stuff, or they're supposed to not listen to the news. So we'll see. Now, Diddy has the names. Some other people have the names. I even know one of the names. My prediction is I feel like these names are going to slowly come out. It's going to be on YouTube. People are going to start talking, and it's going to come out just like Jane Doe. We'll see how it goes, but if the prosecution had strong victims that they weren't worried about anything in their background or worried about their legitimacy, trust me, they would put their names and be like, this person or that person. Like, for example, let's say it was Michelle Obama, or if it was, I don't know, somebody who you know and trust and love, they would be like, oh, we have Michelle Obama testifying against Diddy. You'd be like, oh, it's a wrap. But if, for example, who's a girl that, I don't know, I don't want to be demeaning to anybody, but just, somebody who we all know that we do not trust, or they feel like they have a bad background or not a credible witness, they don't want to put that name out there right away. Let me know what you guys think about this. As I said on Friday, I'm very anxious for this trial to start because we've just, for the past 6 months, heard hearsay, civil cases, this person saying this or whatever. We're going to start to get facts. Who are these other victims? What are they saying? What is the evidence against Diddy? I remember, like I told you on yesterday's episode, A$AP Rocky's attorney, Joe Tacopina, is going to be listening, and what I have heard, maybe kind of helping in the background, and he has a lot of sway, and he's a great lawyer. So, just to be clear, not saying I'm advocating for Diddy. I don't want him to get off or whatever. I'm just very invested in this trial to see what's going to happen. Like people say in the comment section, even if he does get out, he's over anyways. No one's going to work with him or have any brand deals. I think he's going to end up just like Kanye, where he'll do everything independent, but unfortunately, he will be out of jail if he can't beat this. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our second lead story. Donald Trump says he doesn't want the stock market to go down, but says sometimes you have to take your medicine. I think it's maybe a little too much medicine, Mr. Trump. Donald Trump and his economic team respond to investors' concern about inflation and possible recession by expressing confidence in the economy. They downplayed the recent market disruption linked to global tariffs, but maintain that strong economic growth is still expected. Really? What are your thoughts? Tune into Market Mondays. All right, listen to this video of Donald Trump and what he says to this reporter, just asking a question. Take a listen.
Pain in the market, at some point you're unwilling to tolerate this idea of a Trump put. Is there a threshold?
I think your question is so stupid. I think it's I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something. And we have such a horrible, we have been treated so badly by other countries because we had stupid leadership that allowed this to happen. Now we have hundreds of billions of dollars is pouring into our country on a monthly basis. It's pouring. It's already started because they put tariffs on. And eventually it's going to straighten out and our country will be solid and strong again.
All right, I don't know if that was really a stupid question. The only thing that I could think of why he thought it was stupid is that if there was a threshold, then he's obviously not going to tell the press and be like, yes, actually, when it goes down to 6%, that's when we're going to throw in our cards and we're going to stop all the terrorists. So, I guess, that's why he didn't like the question. And then he followed up by saying, of course, I don't want the markets down. So I think maybe it's twofold. Anyways, I put this on to you guys. Donald Trump is not backing down. In our third story, I'm going to tell you something about him doubling down on China. But I wanted to make sure that this was in our lead stories to ask you guys how you are feeling. It's a new week. It's been 3 or 4 days now. The market is still down. There's still a question about recession, 401k, stock market. And even if you don't have any of those things, just your every day to day might not affect right now. But are you afraid? Are you afraid of your job security? Are you afraid of what is going to happen in the world with Trump? Or do you like his analogies? Do you understand his analogies? Yep, you got to take your medication. He said last week, it's like a surgery. We did the surgery. Now we got to repair ourselves. The money will be pouring in, to be fair, will be pouring in from tariffs. The tariffs were implemented immediately, which means Thursday, Friday, I think even on the weekends, any imports that are coming in, the U.S. will get money from those importers. Yes, they're going to hand it over to you, the customer, us, the customer, yes. But he is correct in the sense that the U.S. is now getting an influx of money that they didn't have last Wednesday or last Tuesday because it only started on Wednesday. So is he right? Do we give him the 60, 90 days to have all that money come in, start getting into the economy, start building back up, have the market bottom out? If it wasn't for the market and the 401ks, would there be such an uprise? I don't know. And that's why I wanted to bring it here. Wanted to make sure we stuck it in lead stories so it didn't get lost. I'm really anxious to know. And just to reiterate, because I've seen a couple of people saying, well, people all over the world, they're not affected, or this person's not affected. Like, this is affecting the entire world. This has become a global tariff issue, right? It's just not the US. Let's go over to the lead story number 3, and we'll talk about how this is affecting the world. Our third lead story: Donald Trump threatens an additional 50% tariff on China if they do not withdraw their retaliatory tariffs by tomorrow. All right, he put this out Monday, depending on when you watch this. So it will be hitting on Tuesday, okay, if they would not withdraw. Trump just announced an additional 50% tariff on all Chinese products set to go in effect Wednesday unless China reduces its tariffs on the U.S. This would result in a total of 104% tariff on China if they do not meet the deadline by tomorrow. Again, Tuesday. This is what Trump put out on True Social. Yesterday, China issued retaliatory tariffs of 34% on top of their already record-setting tariffs, non-monetary tariffs, illegal stabilization of companies, and massive long-term currency manipulation, despite my warning that any country that retaliates against the U.S. by issuing additional tariff wars above and beyond their already existing long-term tariff abuse on our nation will be immediately met with new and substantially higher tariffs over and above those initially set. Therefore, if China does not withdraw its 34% increase above their already long-term trading abuse by tomorrow, April the 8th, 2025, the United States will impose additional tariffs on China of 50% effective April the 9th. Additionally, all talks with China concerning their requested meetings with us will be terminated. Negotiations with other countries which have also requested meetings will begin taking place immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Also, just want to add this in. He also tweeted out and said, the United States has a chance to do something that should have been done decades ago. Don't be weak. Don't be stupid. Don't be a panikin, a new party based off of weak and stupid people. Be strong, courageous, and patient, and greatness will be the result. Wow. Y'all know how much stuff is made in China, right? Y'all know what this means to people, the manufacturers in the United States that makes things in China. This can halt so much things going into the US, like immediately. I would say at least 60 or 70% of the companies won't be able to deal with that 104%. Forget about handing it off to the customer. They don't want to have to pay that, do all of the stuff with it, put it on the shelves in hopes that the customer will pay for it. Because don't forget, they only get to get that 104 back when after they hand it off to you, only if you buy it. They can't force you to buy anything. They could put an extra 104% on this phone, put it on the shelf in hopes that you buy it. But what if you don't buy it? So a lot of companies are going to be like, hey, we think that putting on that extra percent, the customer won't even buy it. So they're just going to leave that stuff in China. Like, forget it. We'll take our losses. Trump has doubled and tripled down, and no meetings after this. I cannot wait to see what China does. Everybody's predicting that China is not going to budge. They have said that they want to go. They want to fight Trump on this. So things are just going to get worse, y'all. This medicine that Trump is talking about, the bandage, the surgery, we're back in surgery for a second time. Man, like we just went to the recovery room and we're right back in surgery again. And the bandage is twice as big this time. Now, couple of things to note, or actually one thing to note. I don't want to keep talking. I said yesterday that if you ask me, the one smart thing that Trump could do to ease everyone's tension is if he makes a deal with Canada. The US has the best relation. Their best ally is Canada. If he could show, this is what I would do if I were him. I would make a deal this week with Canada right away and be like, you see, I don't want to ruin the stock market. I don't want to bring a recession. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I am willing to work with people. Canada, work with us, and boom, no tariffs. He has to do that with somebody to show in his negotiations with other people that he is willing to work. This hard-pressed attitude that he's having, I get why he's doing it. I talked about that last week in business. You got to stand firm sometimes. I get it. But sometimes you can stand too firm and lock everybody out. And then at some point, you're going to have to do something because you don't want to just completely ruin the entire country. If I were him, I would show an act of good faith. Pick one ally. I don't care if it's Canada. I don't care if it's Mexico. I don't care who it is. Just pick one of them and say, hey, look, we had a meeting. This is great. Done. And then he'll be able to have some sort of proof that he is willing to work with countries. And then I think things will quiet down. Still earlier on in the week, we'll see. But that, if I was advising him, that's what I would advise him to do. Pick a country, work something out, show the rest of the world that you are able to work. Let me know what you think about this and my idea in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Drake and 21 Savage are back at it with Waiting to Exhale. Champagne Poppy, Drizzy Drake, popped back on his Finsta page and dropped a new one with 21 Savage. Posted on Plot Twist on Instagram, Waiting to Exhale could be an upcoming release or a shelved track from the duo's Her Loss era in 2022. What are your thoughts on the track? All right, Drake has been dropping, I think this is like the third song that he's dropped. Nobody knows exactly what's going on. He keeps dropping it on his fake Finsta page. The tracks sound all right, but I still go back to the same question that I've asked since Nokia. Where are the number one hits? What's going on? And why isn't he comfortable with just staying quiet? Like, I don't understand. He just put out the Nokia video. Like, let people digest that. I feel like he has like FOMO or something. Like, you guys need to continue talking about me. Where Kendrick is just sitting back, chilling. He has like 3 songs in the top 10. I don't know what Drizzy Drake is doing. Anyways, if you guys want to hear the song, we're going to put it on our Formerly Out Loud page on Instagram, FORMALLY, Out Loud. We can't play it here for copyright reasons. Go to our Instagram page if you want to check it out. Our second quick story. Garbage man goes viral for getting an attractive woman's phone number. What are your thoughts? All right, this video is going viral. I'm going to play it for you guys, but a couple of things to pay attention in this video. A, who says a garbage man can't pick up a girl? Like, what are you talking about here? Garbage men make a lot of money. He could be a really good looking guy. Like, just because he's a garbage man doesn't mean he can't pick up a girl. First of all, so that was one thing. He could be, doesn't matter if you're a garbage man, and you can't see the guy's face, so you don't know what he looks like. You know what? Let me play the video, and then we'll talk about it after so you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Take a look at the video.
Garbage man smooth than a mother. You finna tell this boy about that. Look how you walk. You feeling good.
You see what I'm saying? You don't see the guy's face. He could look like Denzel Washington. All right. The second thing is you cannot see the girl's face. Yes, it appears that she has a quote unquote nice body according to, public standards, but whatever. What? Societal norms is the word I'm looking for. Societal norms, but that's up for argument. You don't know what the girl looks like. Why is this such a big deal? To me, all I see is a guy getting a girl's number. You know what my mom said to me when I was a kid? She said, Trent, I have high hopes for you. I hope that you obtain the heights that you want to obtain. But even if you don't, as long as you're an honest, hardworking man, keyword honest, even if you are a garbage man, I'm still going to love and support you. I just want you to be an honest person and hardworking. There should be no shame of somebody being a garbage man. So I like this video, actually. Tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section below. Our third quick story. I don't know if this is beef or love, but Justin Bieber said, DM me if you want to make music together. And then Drake replied, I DM'd, but no reply. Why are these two superstars talking to each other publicly on Instagram? I don't know. But you'll see here a post, and Justin Bieber said, DM me if you want to make music together. And then Drake was like, yo, bro, you're not answering my DM. Who knows what's going on with Bieber? We talked about this last week. Is he crashing out? Like, what's going on? He's not answering his good friend, Drake. Maybe there's some beef. I'll try to get down to the best of it. I'll try to get down to the bottom of it and let y'all know. Canadians are beefing now, man. It's all Trump's fault. Our fourth quick story. Bow Wow speaks about his strained relationship with Omarion and says it's complicated. I don't want to talk. While chopping it up with Cam Newton about who he may or may not have beef with, Bow Wow made it clear that he and Omarion do not have beef, but the relationship is strained. He says that things have gotten complicated and he doesn't want to talk about it. Nevertheless, he still wishes him the best. Here's Bow Whistle.
Omarion, was that a real beef?
It's complicated.
Still?
Yep.
We can't just sit down and hash it out.
I don't want to talk.
He don't want to talk, or you don't?
I don't want to talk. It's nothing to talk about. Not even in a bad way. You know what I mean? It's just when you let your hand out and you try to be the bigger person and try to rap, but you get no response, and you're just like, okay, well, we're gonna leave it right here then.
All right, this is all coming up because they're on the Millennium Tour together. And to be honest with you, there's so much going on with Trump and everything in the world right now. I couldn't even do my research to figure this one out. If I'm not mistaken, this is like back in the day when Bow Wow and B2K, I'm pretty sure it was over a girl, but I don't really remember. So I wanted to ask you guys, you remember why Bow Wow and Omarion are beefing? I don't know, man. It's too much terrors going on to talk about this. Let me know if you know in the comment section below. Our fifth quick story. Fans call out Alabama Barker for telling her friends they're thinking too deep about not wanting to play Ding Dong Ditch in her Calabasas neighborhood of fear of getting arrested. And they said, we're black. That ain't a good look. All right, this is Travis Barker's daughter, the one who's beefing with Bhad Bhabie. And we have something about Bhad Bhabie in the next quick story. But this is going around and a lot of fans are calling her out. Take a listen and yell at me what you think.
Choose a player to ding dong ditch, but they have to kick the door hardest. All right, so we should go do that, y'all.
In this neighborhood, bro, and then we get arrested, dog. Get arrested, dog, attempted burglary. Like, I ain't, you know, we black. It ain't gonna look good.
You're thinking way too deep into it.
I'm saying, but that's the problems that we be going through, man. It's real out here, you feel me?
Next, you see how boring they are?
Now, I'm applauding these young black men. Very smart of you guys. Do not be playing Ding Dong Ditch with kicking in the door. Now, I remember playing Ding Dong Ditch as a kid. Listen, you rang the bell and you ran. What's kicking down the door? In Calabasas, where these people have security cameras, security guards, and all of this stuff? Are you crazy? A bunch of young black kids running around Calabasas, kicking in people's doors. Really? Forget about getting arrested. You know what else could happen to them, right? When those popos show up. Nah, man. She was definitely not thinking. She was only thinking about with her privilege for sure. So, I mean, look, I don't know if she needs to be called out. I don't think she was intentionally doing anything wrong. I think what we should do is applaud these young men who are like, no, listen, we know there's fun things to do and fun things not to do. We ain't playing around in this neighborhood. Furthermore, you shouldn't do that in any neighborhood, because even if you do that in the hood, they won't call the cops, but they'll handle it their own way. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be going and kicking nobody's door down. Like, give me a break, man. But this is her privilege talking. Let me know what y'all think about this. Our sixth quick story. All right, well, you can't talk about Alabama Barker without talking about Bhad Bhabie, a.k.a. the Catch Me Outside girl. Well, TMZ caught up with Bhad Bhabie, and they said Bhad Bhabie is keeping the drama with her and Alabama Barker alive, performing her diss track, Miss Whiteman, for the first time at the PhD Club in Los Angeles on Saturday. I'll play a little clip. Sorry, I have to play a little clip. I have to stop it ahead of time because they'll get me for copyright reasons, but we'll put it on for me out loud if you really want to hear their beef. Take a listen to the beginning. She's also going viral for that outfit, but we're not even going to get into that. What was I going to say? 2014, we had one of, or arguably the biggest or the best rap beef ever of all times, just to get followed up in 2025 with Alabama Barker and Bhad Bhabie. Jeez, the disappointment. It's like the stock market, man. We're doing good in 2024, and this is what we have in 2025. We're crashing out in hip-hop beef and in the stock market. Jeez. Our seventh quick story. Anthony Edwards' girl Sharon pops out after cheating and baby drama, tells critics y'all too judgmental, and shouts out LeBron James and Savannah's real love. LeBron James, like, I don't know about his whole life story, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't had 2 or 3 kids while they're married, and you're not even married to Anthony Edwards. So why are they in the chat? What are we doing here? How are you comparing yourself to Savannah? Sharon said she's standing by Anthony Edwards with or without the side babies, and called y'all out for being fake outraged and messy. She even took a moment to salute LeBron James and Savannah for holding it down for all these years. but made it clear she ain't explaining her choices to nobody. Okay, she talked for like 5 minutes. It's a whole lot of nothing. I'll play a little bit for you. We'll put the whole thing on Formally Out Loud, but this is here. Poor girl.
This is the broken miserable. You send me a screenshot of your bank account with your name on your ID, and I'm gonna send you a screenshot of my bank account, my ID, and my name on it, and then we gonna see this fake outrage that y'all having. Oh my God! I understand why you aren't leaving. We all understand. We love you. You are sweet. Okay. They said I don't think it's an outrage. We just genuinely confused. You're too cute for that. Okay. They said, girl, you look dumb. Period. Mean and unhinged. I don't know. Basketball wives. I thought, oh, I'm not a wife. Wives and girlfriends. Okay, that kind of makes sense, but it was y'all think I'm gonna get on this and cry? Oh, y'all thought y'all was gonna get on here and make me cry. Hard body, baby.
That's what you have to say? Why go on live and say anything? If you don't have anything to say, if you don't have anything intelligent to say, don't say anything at all. Like, I'm hard body, baby. Like, just don't say anything. Like, I would have been more impressed with her not saying anything than that. I was so excited. Somebody sent this to me. Yo, we know how much that you've been like on Anthony Edwards and blah, 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 blah. This is just, yo, listen. It's 5 minutes of that. Like, I literally listened to it twice to see maybe I could pull something out here that just gives some insight, say something to the people, like say something about the baby, say something. Nothing. You want me to be fake outrage? You want me to do that? Like, no. We would just like to hear why you're okay with your man completely ignoring his children and just going to the court saying, please tell me how much I owe. I do not want to see my children. I do not want to have anything to do with them because I was with this girl and I didn't want her to have the baby. It's her body, her choice. She decided to have the baby anyways, and I want to have nothing to do with my own child. And you want to go and marry this man? And this is like, and you're not even married to him now? Like, this is just, it just got even more messy, man. I'm even more disappointed. I was thinking, like, a little part of me was like, maybe like nothing, just disappointed in both of them. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Our 8th quick story. LeBron James made history as the first male athlete to have a Ken doll created in his likeness, joining Mattel's new Ken Ambassador line, a celebration of iconic men making a cultural impact. LeBron James has become the first athlete. Okay, just read that already. I hate when they put the same title in the article. Why are you doing this to me? This collector edition Barbie signature doll, priced at $75, will be available at Mattel's Creations starting April the 23rd, 2025, and on Amazon and other retailers from April the 24th. The doll celebrates LeBron's contribution as a basketball legend, author, activist, philanthropist, featuring attire that reflects his signature urban and sophisticated style. Yeah, he has Nikes on. I don't understand the pouch, the little, I don't get it. But this is cool. I think it's a little bit weird that LeBron James is a Ken doll. It's just not what I pictured the Ken doll. LeBron James, I just don't know. I wonder if he's going to be taller than the regular Ken dolls. I don't know. Anyways, who was ever in the Barbie world, is this cool to you? I still think it's cool that he's the first athlete to do it. Is 100% a huge accomplishment. I don't know. I just never pictured LeBron as a Ken doll. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But salute to LeBron. Like I always say, man, he does amazing things off the court. And this is just another, notch on his belt. So salute to LeBron James. Our 9th quick story. Black teen is seemingly made out to be the aggressor in a confrontation with a white frat boy after frat boy cursed his cameraman out unprovoked. All right, y'all know how YouTube is. I can't put this video on here. We already put it on the Formerly Out Loud Instagram page, so go over there and check it out. Come back here and we can continue the discussion, or people have already started commenting over there. It's not super crazy, but it's just an interesting dynamic of what's going on, and I really want your guys' opinion on who's right and who's wrong and who handled the situation better. So Want to go check it out? FORMALLY out loud. Our 10th quick story. Warren Buffett is the only billionaire in the top 10 to increase his net worth this year. Warren Buffett's net worth has climbed by $12 billion in 2025, reaching $155 billion and making him the only billionaire among the world's top 10 richest to increase this year. The 94-year-old Berkshire Hathaway CEO now ranks 5th globally, and shares in his company rose 3% over the past month. In contrast, tech giants like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg saw sharp declines in their fortune. Known as the Oracle of Omaha, Buffett continues to champion philanthropy, having pledged to give away over 99% of his wealth, already donating $62 billion to charitable causes. All right, I just want to put this up here for you guys. So here you see Elon Musk, he lost 130 bill. Jeff Bezos, 45 bill. Mark Zuckerberg, 28 bill. Bernard Arnault, that's LVMH, 18 bill. Bill Gates, 3 bill. And then Warren Buffett made $12 billion. Then the rest going down the line, taking a loss. So again, the topic of the day of tariffs and Trump and what's going on. Warren Buffett, I think in November or December, he sold half of his Apple stocks and kept it in cash. He has always stayed very, very fundamental. I've read, I think, 2 or 3 Warren Buffett books. He's very fundamental. Like, he invests in Coke, Dairy Queen. He invests in everyday common practices. He doesn't believe in cryptocurrency. He believes in investing in things that people are going to use day in and day out. He's just good at what he does. Very interesting to see what the rest of the year and how that plays out in the stock market. But for those of you who are not doing well in the market and looking for and wondering, if the market is going to bottom out or how things are going to go, you might want to look into what Warren Buffett is doing. He's always a good pillar of hope in the stock market. So I want to share that with you. Our 11th quick story. Woman who was thirsting over Usher on camera gets hit with divorce papers after embarrassing her husband. Is this really worth a divorce, really? The woman who went viral for lusting over Usher during his show got more than just a moment. Her husband has officially filed for divorce after feeling publicly humiliated. All right, yesterday I showed you guys a video of Usher meeting his match. And during that episode, I told you on Friday, there was a video of a woman that was like losing her mind. I didn't play it. So now I'm going to play it for you guys because she's back in the headlines and you'll see why, the video went so viral. I mean, she was going nuts, but watch it carefully. If this was your girl, would you divorce her? I understand maybe being upset or maybe being a little bit bothered. But I think if you are publicly humiliated from this, I think that speaks a little bit more to you and your insecurity. Me personally, listen to the video or watch the video. Let me know what you think about this. More importantly, it's not about her. I think it's about the guy. You're getting a divorce over this. That marriage had to have been on its last leg for this to happen. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, this brings me to my favorite segments, comments of the day. All right, y'all went off on me yesterday, so I have picked out some comments here, and we are going to continue the conversation. This is what I love about our comment section, that we could do this, so I'm excited. All right, first one is Indigenous Plant-Based, says, greetings, Trent. I've been following you since the Diddy scandal. When I lived in Akron, Ohio 6 months ago, I now live in Goodyear, Arizona, and I'm still listening. I work for Amazon, and you truly helped start my morning shift off right. Your podcast is unique, and I love the Ring My Bell section. It's clear and to the point, and you don't drag out your topics. Thank you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Keep up the great content, and I'll continue to be an out louder. P.S. I'm independent like you. I just believe the presidents are selected and not elected. All right, Indigenous, thank you for sticking with me during your travels. And I'm happy that we're able to make your morning, right? I wanted to put that in there because it's just a reminder to me that you guys like the quick news. And I wanted to ask that maybe, do you guys prefer lead stories or quick news? I always feel like Indigenous plant-based is right. Like it's just that quick hitting. Anyways, I just want to put that in there. If I should focus more on quick news or focus more on lead stories. Let me know what you guys think, okay? All right, let's get into some of the tea, all right? Marty says, your comment on Terrence Howard were confusing. You babble too much, not making sense, especially when mentioning Denzel not being put in the same situation. Not all producers want to screw all cast members, shaking my head, okay? There's some more about Terrence Howard, and then I'll address it. Felicia wrote, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, sorry if I'm not. And Terrence was absolutely right. He spoke his mind. Who cares who didn't like it? That's just the way it is. He said it straight up. Connie said, Whitney for sure, the best song, Baton Rouge. Okay, let's get back to Terrence, but thank you, Connie. Kentucky born and raised said, Trent will agree to disagree. Terrence is speaking his truth, just like Cat Williams spoke his truth. There's nothing wrong with either saying they will not accept or play a female role. That's the beauty of free speech. Still love you, Kentucky in the house. All right, so I just wanted to just highlight what I said because I saw a bunch of people in the comment section saying, Terrence Howard is right, he's right. And I just wanted to clarify, especially what the first person said, that what I said was confusing. And when you're on a podcast by yourself and there's nobody to ask you questions of what you mean, sometimes you can go on and ramble and not make sense. I take that on myself. I try not to do it as much as I can. I may be doing it now, but I digress. Anyways, so I made notes just to remind myself here. I said, two things I want to point out. When I was talking about Terrence Howard, I said, one, if people want to do that, it doesn't bother me. If they want to accept whatever advances people are giving them to advance their own career, let them do it. People have been doing that for hundreds of centuries, not only in the entertainment industry, in a bunch of different industries. And I said, I don't think it's right for Terrence to be like, you're giving up your man card if that is what somebody wants to do. If you can sleep with yourself at night doing that, all the more power to you. If they don't feel like they're giving up their man card, they can do that. There's a lot of people that do a lot of things. I said, I am okay with people doing what they feel is right for them to advance their career and their lives. Y'all know how I am. I always see things from both sides. If you're okay, Terrence is not okay for him in his head, like, yo, that makes me not a man. Okay, that makes you not a man. I respect that. Don't do it. But if another man is like, this does not make me a man, I'm totally cool with this, I don't care, I'm doing this to get my role, to get my Oscar, then I don't feel like Terrence has a right to tell somebody that they're not a man. That was my first point, okay? My second point, and my bigger point, is I think that Terrence is using it more of an excuse than anything else. He made it seem like the only reason why he is not a bigger actor is because of that. And I saw a couple of people in the comments saying they agree with him. Are you telling me that you think that every successful actor, actress, music, anybody in the entertainment industry, you're telling me they cannot be successful without doing that, without succumbing to that pressure that Diddy was trying to put Terrence Howard under? Are you telling me that? That's why I use the example of Denzel Washington. Are you trying to tell me that Denzel Washington is gay and he gave up his man card to become one of the biggest actors in the world? Is that what you're telling me? It sounded as if, and he said, you could go back and listen, yo, because I don't want to kiss a man, because I don't want to give up my man card, because I'm not gay, is the reason why I don't have the big roles. And that, I think, is incorrect. It's not fair. Are you trying to tell me that you think Denzel Washington is gay? Everybody who answered in the comment section, please answer that for me. That takes away from somebody's success. I know a lot of celebrities who are stars in the music industry and in acting. As you guys know, I was in the music industry and I did a little bit of acting. I know successful actors that were not gay and didn't do anything in those ways to get to where they are. And I know them. And a great example is 50 Cent has said repeatedly, he does not go to no Diddy parties. He doesn't get on with that kind of stuff at all. Just like what Terrence Howard said, he said the exact same thing. 50 Cent is one of the biggest TV producers that we have right now. 50 Cent has 5 or 6 shows on Stars. He's huge. 50 Cent is starting his own studio, G-Unit Studios in Shreveport, Louisiana. He said that he didn't do it. He's still successful. He's one of the biggest selling rappers of all times. So that is what I was saying about Terrence Howard. Not that it doesn't go down. For sure it goes down. But don't tell me, please do not tell me that that is the only way that you could be successful in the entertainment industry. I've been in this industry for the past 20 years. You cannot tell me that. And it just sounds like an excuse. When 50 Cent says it, I get it, because he's like, yo, and he's not saying that's why I'm not big in music anymore. He never said that. He just said, yo, I don't go that way. And he said the same thing I said. Yo, there's some people that go that way. That's great. There's some people that go to Diddy parties. Cool. I'm not going. 50 Cent said the same thing as Terrence Howard, but said it completely different. He didn't blame it on the fact that he doesn't make a lot of money with movies. He doesn't blame it on the fact that he doesn't get big roles. And that's all I was alluding to. I hope that makes sense. And again, not upset, love the conversation, just wanted to reiterate and maybe rephrase it and hope that it gets to you guys. Okay, next one is Cherry. She said, hello, Trent. This is Cherry from Baltimore. I love watching you on YouTube every chance I get. I heard the bot story, and it seems like you were saying Kendrick Lamar uses bots, and he probably does. However, please, when you decide to showcase what he uses, can you showcase Drake as well, along with many other artists? I feel like even though you say you don't have anything against Kendrick, I feel like you do. That's your choice. I'm just asking, when you decide to say one thing about one of the best artists out there right now, who tries to be transparent with his own mental health journey, who tries to teach in his own ways to young black men and young ladies, who is a really good artist along with Drake. Even though I'm not a Drake fan, please do the same for both. Drake's music isn't original, but I still like some of his music. Please don't side with one. Please show both or all artists that use bots. Thank you. Cherry, thank you so much for your comment and for liking the show. And if you go back and watch yesterday's episode, the article, I didn't write it, and the article clearly states that Spotify is eliminating bots and eliminating stuff, and they're not telling us who the people are. Russ even came out, who was an artist, who's a rapper, and he says, yo, Spotify is doing this, and they're not telling us. Somebody took a screenshot of Kendrick's before and after, and that's the only reason why we know Kendrick. Again, the article, I don't remember who even wrote the article, but the article wrote that. It wasn't me who went and said, let me single out Kendrick. And if there was a Drake to be shown, I would have 100% showed it. But part of the problem is Spotify is not showing anybody. I don't know why Kendrick was highlighted. You'll have to ask the people who wrote that article. I would assume only that maybe he was the one that had the biggest fall off that anybody could notice. And maybe that's why. And I alluded to the fact that that's why Drake is suing UMG, because they're saying that UMG really propped him up. I don't know. Again, I'm reading an article. It wasn't me like, I want to go and single out Kendrick. You know, I'm not like that. I always see things from both sides. So thank you very much for your comment. Hope you still think I'm fair. Next one is, yikes, I don't know what this name is. Is it Sly Lady? I don't know what it is. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I don't know. It says, hello from Missouri. Protesting may help other countries see many people don't support what's happening in the U.S. I thought that was a really good point, by the way. We're going to talk about protests because even my friend Mars called me out here. Mars wrote, protesting is also showing they do not support the party and sending a huge message across the globe. People do not support the rhetoric. Protest has caused major movements and changes in our history. A few major ones is the George Floyd protest, the Boston Tea Party, March on Washington. There are many more. People keep at it. Trump's administration is a hot mess. The entire world should protest. T, how could you say they should not protest? And then Deshaun hearted it. And Derek said, I was looking forward to this comment. And before I comment on that, I just want to add this part in so that you guys can see the other side of things. Way Brenda said, you notice the protests were in all blue cities. The left is corrupt. So when you go after their fraud, they scream to high heaven. Ignorance is abundant on the left. Okay, y'all know me. I love a Google search. So Mars, this is for you. The definition of a protest is this: a statement and action expressing disapproval of or objection of something. Now, when we say, why do people protest? An overview. Protest is an invaluable way to speak truth to power. Throughout history, protest has been the driving force behind some of the most powerful social movements, exposing injustice and abuse, demanding accountability, and inspiring people to keep hope for a better future. I want to highlight and focus exposing injustice or abuse. So Mars, what you put in there, the Boston Tea Party, George Floyd, more times than not, nowadays, protest is brought about to bring justice to something that is being swept under the rug, i.e. George Floyd. This happened. Nobody was really talking about it. People started talking about it on social media. Nobody was doing anything about it. He wasn't arrested. Then protests started. Then it was like, let's arrest Derek Chauvin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. My point of not protesting Donald Trump is everybody knows about Donald Trump, and everybody knows that there are people that don't like what he's doing. And I just think, again, just my opinion, totally respect yours. And I just think protesting against Donald Trump is not going to do anything, because he is very, very well aware that there's a lot of people that don't like him. And I think, if anything, that fuels Donald Trump. I think he likes that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. The thing that hurts Donald Trump is losing power. That's the only way that you're going to affect Donald Trump. Protesting and then going home and being on the news talking about Donald Trump, he loves that. That fuels his base, that fuels his fire. If you ask me, that's one of the reasons why he got voted in, because Democrats and people on the left were focusing so much on trying to put him in jail, trying to get him, it's the word I keep on forgetting, impeached. He was impeached twice. They were trying so hard to make this movement that it pushed the right even more. And that's where I read that comment. These blue cities are protesting. They're just ignorant. The way to get at Trump is to strip him of his power. Where were the protests before the vote? You guys should have been protesting in October, September, October, November. You should have been protesting of the fact that Donald Trump has 91 or 92 counts against him. He has 34 criminal charges. He was impeached twice. That's what you should have been protesting on, not now that he's in power. And the time where you should protest is midterm elections, not now. It's not going to do anything. All you're doing is making him more powerful. You are engaging the right. You're engaging his supporters. And that comment that I just read to you, they're just going to look and be like, oh my gosh, these people on the left, they're wild. They're just crazy. Look at them in the streets. Look at them doing all of this. The way to affect Donald Trump is to take away his power. And just to remind you guys, Mars, you know this, I'm independent. I'm not right or I'm not left. I'm talking from a strategic standpoint. Like the other comment, I get the global perception, and I'll stand corrected on that. That is good to let the rest of the world know, hey, by the way, there's a lot of people here that don't like Trump. But let's be honest. I'm trying to be fair by giving you guys that point. Let's be fair. You mean to tell me that there's people in the world that actually think that the whole US loves Donald Trump? They're very well aware for the past 4 years that the left tried every single thing in their power to show the whole world how much they dislike Donald Trump. They impeached him twice. They had 4 court cases. The rest of the world is very well aware that not everybody loves Donald Trump. And what happened? He won 7 swing states. They won the House, they won the Senate, and the Supreme Court is stacked. And he's the president again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Okay. I love these conversations. That's how you guys know I really like conversation, because Mars is a very, very good friend of mine. And if I can't have a discussion like that with you, then we're not good friends. Mars is my homie. Mars was commenting in the comment section when there was only one comment. So shout out to Mars. Love you. Okay. Next one is Sammy. Bro, you are a man of many talents. Sadly, singing is not one of them. Stick to what you do. Love from London, Sam. Oh, I think my singing is all right, okay? But at least he said I'm a man of many talents. I'll take that. Thanks, Sam. All right, next one is Anastasia, coming from Bmore, Maryland. Good morning, 5 a.m. You have me cracking up. Why you think you could sing? You be trying very hard. Anyways, just started watching you since the take that person, the diddler, laugh out loud. A true fan now. You make my day. Keep acting silly and singing. All right, I sang enough yesterday. There'll be no more singing for the rest of the week, all right? You guys could keep on watching. Emma says, the question that irritates me are these spam calls, fake people, and Diddy. I can't stand spam calls, especially phones now. It says spam call. So stop calling us. We know they're spam calls. Fake people drive me nuts. I cannot stand it. You can ask anybody. It irritates me more than anything. And Diddy is highly irritating. I think he irritates everybody. So totally agree with you. All right, that is it for the comment section. Please keep commenting. I actually love this. You know, it gets me going. Like I said, this podcast is, yes, me alone on camera here, but it's really you guys. And I love this back and forth. I could literally make this section like an hour. Keep commenting, keep on disagreeing with me so that we could really get this section. See how I asked earlier, like, what section do you guys like? My goal in life is to have the comment section popping with disagreements, learning, educating, different point of views, and we talk about it here, and then we continue the conversation. Like, I love learning and I love having discussion. So thank you for everybody who takes the time and comments. I wish I could read all of them. Just know that I do actually read all of them when I'm in my bed before I go to sleep at night, because I have insomnia. So I just read your comments. Then I'm like, make notes. Ooh, Mars. Thanks, y'all. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Uncle is wildin'. Damon Wayans Sr. shares that he once asked his nephew for permission to date his ex. He says, yo, that's you? Let's just jump to the video. I don't need to read anything here. I'll just tell you, Damon Wayans was on Club Shay Shay and casually dropped a family bombshell like nothing else. The OG comedian confessed that back in early 2000, he had a little love affair with his nephew's ex-girlfriend. Take a look at the video.
Hold on. That can't be true. That you dated the same woman as your nephew once?
Yeah. I was in love with her. That's the thing. It wasn't like they were in love.
So he dated her.
Do you know how small the pool is out here in Cali?
All right, so I thought this was a good social discussion. Should you date your homie, your friend, your family member's significant other? Now, this hits a little home for me because I have an older sister, which some of you know. She's a lot older, well, not a lot older than me, but she's older than me. And she married somebody that's older than her, and he had kids young. So those kids are now my niece and nephews. And he also asked me to be their godfather. So sometimes when you hear me saying, oh, my godsons. So my godson or nephews, however you want to look at them, they're close to my age. I'm still older than them, but we can go out to the club and hang. You know what I'm saying? So one time, one of my godsons brought this really pretty girl over to my house, and he's like, yo, Trent, I know you already. He's like, do not even think about it, because I like this girl. Now, if we're at a club and, it's all free game, boom, like it's cool. But he's like, yo, but things didn't work out with them. And then I asked him like a couple of months later, I was like, yo, whatever happened with you and that girl? And he's like, yo, nothing happened. I was like, yo. He's like, nah, I can't. Now, I would still always ask permission. And if he said no, I would never talk with her. I've seen her. I never even say anything to her. But I will tell you one thing. It's only because they literally went out on like 2 dates. They never did anything. They didn't even kiss. So for me, that nothing happened. But the second, if he would have told me they were in a relationship, if they went anything like further than just a date, I don't even think they actually went on a date. I think he just invited her to a party and he was trying to date her. That's the only reason why I felt comfortable. But any sort of relationship, dating, any sort of intimacy, anything, I wouldn't have even have asked. I think it's wrong. Just my opinion. Much less like that was his nephew's girlfriend. He goes on to say in the clip that, listen, I was in love with her. It's not like just a chick, like I was in love with her. And you do hear the story sometimes where, look, if you meet somebody who you're actually like in love with, like they're the one, they're your soulmate, like it doesn't matter. Hey, you know, I try to be very open-minded. I've never felt that. I can understand if you meet the girl of your dreams and she falls into every sort of characteristic. If her and your nephew or your homie or whatever, they're no longer together. Hey, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I can't speak on it, but wanted to bring it to social discussion. What do you guys think in the comment section below? Let me know. Are they off limits or is everybody fair game? Let me know. All right, this brings us to question of the day. All right, this one I will not be able to weigh in on because I don't know about astrology. I love astrology because it sounds so much like who I am. Like I'm a Cancer, but I just don't know 100% if I believe it. Anyways, which zodiac sign do you always clash with no matter how hard you try? All right, first person said Capricorn. Another person said, nobody better say Aries. Next person says Virgo. You can't out Virgo a Virgo. See, I don't even know what that means. Somebody please explain. Another person says Pisces. They're weird AF. Like, how could like a Pisces automatically be one way all the time? But it's weird. But whatever you say about a Cancer is 100% me. It's so weird, man. Somebody says, if you say Gemini, tell me what you did to get on our bad side. See, Sagittarius. Somebody else said, Sagittarius, they are sneaky. You will never really know how they view you. Interesting. I'm thinking about a Sagittarius, and it's true, actually. See? Because this person who I'm thinking about, you never really know how they view somebody. You have to ask them. Like, it's so weird to me, man. Somebody says Leos are always under attack. 100%. This whole thing is all Leo. Like the next one, Leo, they are selfish and self-centered. Really? Aquarius, not a Sagittarius in sight. Gemini. I do know Geminis are supposed to be like two-sided, right? I think Tupac was a Gemini. Somebody says, I'm starting to dislike Leos. Cancer men. What's wrong with Cancer men, yo? Oops. Cancer men, and I'm a Scorpio. It's always Armageddon. I don't know if I've ever dated a Scorpio. What year is Scorpio? I'm bad at this. Somebody says Aries and Sagittarius. Male Capricorns are apparently bad. Somebody said lazy ASS Aries. November Scorpios, they don't get along with. Capricorn, especially women. I don't know what none of this means, man. Somebody said I'm Pisces. I clash with other Pisces. Taurus, then Virgo. Everybody in the comment section saying Sagittarius, F y'all. We never liked you guys anyways. Leo, huge egos. And they are the toughest, and they have the toughest time apologizing. It's always somebody else's fault. Really? I don't know. Them two-faced Geminis. See, that's what they say about Geminis. Anyways, anybody says Cancer, and it's up. We are the most peaceful sign on this planet. Really? Are Cancers peaceful? Look, I'm always independent, seeing things on each side and stuff. I feel like I'm a peaceful person. I like that. Let's end it off there. Let me know in the comment section below who you sided with and maybe give me some insight on zodiac signs. And if you believe it, let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to sports news. Okay, depending on when I get this uploaded and you guys see it, the game might be over or maybe continuing or just starting. But the NCAA final men's tournament is underway Monday night. Florida versus Houston, both number one. And I am torn. I don't know who I'm going for. I was conceived in Florida. I am part Floridian. However, I love Houston. I have a big following in Texas. Every episode, there's a bunch of people in the comment section. Not a bunch, but a lot of people in the comment section. I'm from Texas. I'm from Houston. Shout out, etc., etc. Love Texas. Love Houston. I don't know who to go for, man. Who are y'all going for? Florida or Houston? I don't know. I'm on the fence. Also in sports news, talking about basketball, Steph Curry was shut down by the Houston Rockets. Go Houston. 3 points scored in the entire game. Steph Curry was 1 for 10, 10% from the field. Steph Curry and the Warriors lose 106-96 to the Rockets. Steph Curry got shut down by the Houston Rockets and in Golden State. 3 points, 8 assists, 2 rebounds, and 1 for 10. Okay, because it was a basketball-themed sports segment, I think it's time that we start talking about the NBA playoffs. Who you guys got? Who is in the West Coast? Lakers, Warriors, Houston, OKC sitting at number one. Who you got over in the Eastern Conference Finals? Celtics. Who else is popping over there? I think Miami's doing some stuff over there. Cavaliers are doing some stuff. I think the play-in starts April 15th. Fair warning. Playoff football and playoff basketball. We're going to start talking about sports in quick news. Or if things really start to pop off, we'll start seeing some sports in lead stories. For those of you who are new to the podcast and started only watching when Diddy hit. Woo! May is one of my favorite times of the year. Oh my gosh, May's going to be crazy. We have the Puffy trial and we have NBA playoffs. Yo, I get lit during playoffs, man. And what's so great about it is that there's a game every night. There's going to be something to talk about every night. I'm so excited. Woo! Let's go. All right, that's it for sports. Peace. All right, y'all. That is it for my Monday night show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Before I let you guys go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. For my YouTubers, if you ever are somewhere that you cannot have internet or access to YouTube or the app, have no fear. We are available on all podcast platforms, so you could just go and download us and take us with you. Just go to any podcast site, podcast platform, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow, subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. Just like YouTube, we upload daily. You never have to miss out. Now, vice versa, for my podcast listeners, we appreciate you. We love you. Thanks for the downloads. However, us and the Out Louders want you to come hang out with us over on YouTube. Trust me, it's a vibe over here. It's just nice to see the show with video. We put up pictures and stuff, and I'm so much more animated. You know, if you just hear this on audio, like, just think about that. It's nothing. But the video, you see me dance and stuff, you know, it's just a better time. So just come on over to YouTube, type in it, Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. There's some housekeeping rules. 1, you got to hit that subscribe button. That gives you entry into the Out Loud community. 2, you got to hit that like button. We need to get the algorithming. And very, very, very important, please make sure that you send a comment or you leave a comment. The best thing would be to comment on a topic that I talked about, question of the day, social discussion, lead stories, question, doesn't matter. I mean, quick news, it doesn't matter. However, if you're not that type of person, you don't want to put yourself out there, that's cool. At least just comment and let me know where you're watching from. This is a global podcast. I see all the analytics, but I just like to have everybody see who they're talking to and where they're from. It just shows that we are all living in different places, but have the same common interest. It's just something that we like to do. So please try to comment and leave where you are from. Lastly, with YouTube, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it because it definitely helps in growing the channel. Just share it with your family, friends, and loved ones. For those of you who want to follow me on social media, I'm available on all platforms, and it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. We just started a new blog page, nothing serious right now, but it is formally Out Loud on Instagram, FORMALLY, Out Loud. There's no Trent, just formally Out Loud. And that is where we have like an extension of the show. YouTube does not let us play a various amount of videos for either swearing or it's graphic or there's copyright issues. but we could post the full thing on Instagram. So if you see the video here that you want to see the full thing, head on over to Formerly Out Loud. And like I said, just personally, if you want to follow me, Trent Out Loud on Instagram, that's where you can check me out. All right. I'll see you for Wednesday's show. Whoop, whoop. Hump Day's right around the corner, y'all. See you tomorrow, man. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.